All right, from the break is still the desk. We'll just give you some top stories making the rounds across Nigeria. Then we'll be wrapping up the program. We've been talking to the governor of the Isoko Development Union, the youth wing, giving us an insight towards what they are going through as regards resource control, achieving equality amongst the ethnic groups is what we are focusing on. Okay, let's tell you that following the controversy trailing the tax reform bills, President Bola Tinubu has directed the Ministry of Justice to work closely with the National Assembly to address the concerns raised by Nigerians. The president, who is in South Africa, handed down the review order on Tuesday as some northern youth stormed the National Assembly in support of the bills. The Nigerian Tax Bill 2024, the Nigerian Tax Administration Bill, the Nigerian Revenue Service Bill, and the Joint Revenue Board Bill have generated hot debates and contention across the country, with northern governors and lawmakers opposed to their passage. Critics argue that the reforms could disrupt the balance of the fiscal federalism, potentially centralizing tax authority and diminishing state revenues. However, in a move to assuage the high emotion over the reform bills, Tinubu directed the Federal Ministry of Justice and relevant officials who worked on the draft to collaborate with the National Assembly to address all genuine concerns before the bills were passed. This was contained in a statement signed by the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, and it was titled, President Tinubu committed to accountability on tax bills, directs Ministry of Justice to work with National Assembly on concerns. So we'll be looking at that very positive move by Mr. President just to ensure that peace remains and that this bill is passed with genuine intent of bringing development for the country. All right, let's move on to some talking points as regards the Senate President Godswill Akpabio is in the news this evening. Senate President Godswill Akpabio has threatened to remove committee chairmen who failed to perform satisfactorily in accordance with the rules of the upper chamber. He also queried how heads of ministry, department, and agencies of the federal government continue to disregard invitations to the National Assembly for questioning. Akpabio stated this on Tuesday during plenary while responding to concerns raised by the Bauchi Central Senator Abdul Ningi about the failure of the Senate Committee on Finance to carry out oversight on 92 revenue-generating agencies. The Senate President said the Senate leadership will not hesitate to change the composition of its committees so that those who have the capacity could take over. Akpabio also did direct the Senate standing committees to submit reports on the oversight activities by January 2025. He said the lawmakers have the constitutional power to issue a warrant of arrest of any head of MDAs resisting the invitation to the National Assembly. There are over 70 standing committees in the Senate, each having chairman and vice chairman with several members. The committees are created by the standing order of the Senate. So the big question is, how come 92 plus oversight functions have not been done for revenue generating agencies? This is another leeway for corruption and non-accountability to take place for 92 of agencies not to have been gone through oversight functions by the Senate different Senate committees is disturbing. All right, just to let you know that the Lagos State Special Offences Court in Ikeja issued a bench warrant against the former managing director of the Asset Management Corporation of Nigeria, Ahmed Kuru, over alleged 76 billion naira and $31.5 million dollars of fraud. Justice Mojishola Dada ordered Kuru's arrest for failing to appear before the court for his arraignment by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. The court had scheduled Tuesday, that's yesterday, to arraign Kuru along with the managing director of Arik Air, Captain Roy Eli Egbodu, the receiver manager of Arik Air, Kamilu Omokide, and the Union Bank PLC, and the company Super Bravo Limited for alleged alleged 76 billion naira fraud and $31.5 million fraud. They are facing 6 counts bordering on making false statements, fraudulent conversion, abuse of office, stealing, and dishonest conversion of property. Very disturbing for AMCON. There's supposed to be an agency that is supposed to protect the properties and assets of the government. Being the one involved in stealing from the government makes it very worrisome and a very sad commentary there. But the court has already issued a warrant of arrest, so we'll be looking closely to see the Nigerian police force get the job done, get the AMCON boss arrested so that he can face the law, because the offenses committed contravenes Section 96 of the Criminal Law of Lagos State 2015 and the sections of 278 subsection 1 and B2 and also section 278 subsection 6 of the Criminal Law of Lagos State 2011. So with that in place, we hope the Nigerian police force will be able to swoop in and get the arrest done and prosecution started already, because however the arraignment could not go on due to the absence of Kuru and his lead counsel Olasupo Shashore, and hopefully they will be in the court soon so that the needful would be done. Also, those are some of the top stories making the rounds. Not to forget the fact that the Pan-Yoruba social political group Afenifere has condemned the alleged abduction of a legal practitioner and civil rights activist in the person of Dele Afarotimi from his Lagos office by the operatives of the Nigerian police. The group, in a statement on Monday signed by its deputy leader Oba Oladipo Olainton and the National Publicity Secretary Justice Faloye, described the incident as unacceptable in the democratic society. The Punch had reported that Farotimi, a prominent member of the Afenifere National Caucus, was reportedly whisked away by the police officers. According to the group, the spokesperson of the Ekiti State Police, Sunday Abutu, stated that the arrest was based on a petition accusing Farotimi of a defamatory comment against Chief Afe Babalola SAN. So this is very disturbing when it has to do with defamatory comments and the fact that investigations should be done completely before arrests are made. But the fact that it has to do with a high-profile person in the person of Afe Babalola SAN, which was reportedly contained in his recent book, is disturbing for someone who is a legal mind and someone who is in the academic. Arresting someone who has done work in the academics makes it very, very disturbing. All right, those are the some of the talking points we would have looked at for the want of time, but hopefully tomorrow on the desk we'll bring them back, bring them forward, and have someone do justice to that talking point. And that's how we call it a wrap on today's edition. My name is Anthony Momodu saying thank you for joining me on today's edition of the program, The Desk.